people are getting more time, more choices to do what you want to do because of financial situations. Just realize, when I went into medicine, it cost me about $500,000. I'm still paying for that $500,000. Okay? But that wasn't the reason why. I didn't go into medicine to make money. Doctors don't make money. Okay? Because they have big debts. Right? But I went into medicine to help people get healthy. And so, but going through the medicine, going through medical school, going through the residency program, so on and so forth, there were a lot of times of struggles, of unsureness, like we have here in Valentis, for example. We are unsure of ourselves, whether we want to quit or not. There's days where every single day in our residency program, we all wanted to quit. Sometime during that day. We all want to quit. But we said, no, we can't quit because we have a lot of people relying on us. Our parents, our family. Does that make sense? And so, we were blessed to have an amazing organization in the last 6 years. And because of what happened, you heard from Dave, I've all been in touch with John. I joined the company because of John and because of Dave and what he told you. I literally had a conversation with him for like 3 to 4 hours at a hotel lobby. And all we talked about was life in general, not about the business at all. And when you heard him this morning, he asked me, give him one chance. And to think about that for a second, you have to think deep about it for a second. Who is he, who am I for him to ask to give him one chance, right? He's a multi-millionaire. So successful, it's unbelievable. I'm just a regular individual being a physician to help people get healthy. And for him to ask that question, give him a chance, right? That was one of the most humbling questions anyone can ever ask somebody else, correct? And so, success is there, and you hear it all day, all the time, it's all about duplicating, but when you have duplication, you need things to help you, correct? It's all about, the bottom line is for every one of you to understand that it's all about massive action, all out massive action. There's nothing else out there that will help you have success except for the fact that you gotta get out there and get out there and burn the tires. Okay? Burn everything possible, your effort, your time, your commitment. You have to do it. And I jokingly say it, but I'm working Valentis 24 hours a day for 365 days a year. Not necessarily physically working it, but you need to mentally work it every day in your mind. Because 99% of your success comes between the thing in between your ears. Your own mind. You yourself put yourself into a situation where I won't succeed. You see the presentation. I'm going to share in a minute. Which way did I go? Bottom one. This is the key right here. Without duplication, network marketing is just a job. Right? It's all about this. How do you duplicate? You got to find ways to help you share this without you traveling around the world like crazy. Does that make sense? In my prior business, it was all about coffee talks. And trust me, I burned the mileage to my cars, 5 cars in 5 years. Each of them, at least 35, 40,000 miles each year. I burned the tires, okay, to make that success. But because of that success, things come out of it. Does that make sense? Well, I was able to walk away from a full-time 80 to 100-hour practice. Right now, I'm practicing about 20 hours a week. That's my choice. I'm not forced to because of finances. Does that make sense? It's my choice. But my other choice is to do this for the rest of the time. Right? Because I see much value in this, in the fact that we were able to help people more than just my patients, the exposure. We got to have the tools. We can't work without the tools, right? With the tool, you can work in depths of unimaginable depth. I'm talking about 1,000 level deep, and you have to go anywhere except for stay in your hometown. You have to go anywhere else because you have the tools. I'm going to share with you that in a minute. Working distances. I was traveling to the Philippines 6 times in 2016 to be in front of people, to help people. Okay? And that compensation plan is nothing compared to this compensation plan. But what we have here in this company with all the tools it makes life so much easier. We're not traveling like crazy. Does that make sense? We're here and there every few months doing these events, but we're not into people's homes. We're into each state each city every weekend or each night or each country. We're around. We work when a dud approaches a stud, because when you have the tools, you can approach someone like Karen Ford and not worry about knowing the details of the business, because all you gotta do is give the tools to her and she will use it. And the tools will speak for itself on your behalf. Correct? I'll tell you a story in a minute right now. It's gonna be amazing. And back to this, grass fire spreads from the center. It's you. You are the center of the grass fire. If you want this relentless grass fire to spread, you have to get out there and work it, and it's going to happen for you. Okay? Network marketing professional, let the tools do the work. If you are telling the whole entire movie, you are not sharing the relentless opportunity the right way. You need to give a commercial, a 30-second peek on this relentless, and let them see everything else. Let them see it the right way. The less you speak here, the less you talk here, the more success you have, the bigger your checks. I can promise you that. Trust me. Do not go out there and spill the beans like crazy. Okay? Your job is to connect the prospect to the tools. And here are some of the tools. Self-development. Go read about 10 pages a day. You need to do that. It's very important. Okay? You really need to leverage your learning as you earn. Yeah, because it's going to help you change your philosophy. It's going to help you, who some of you might not have experience in the industry, and then it will develop you into that leader that's needed for you to help your team. Does that make sense? That's why go read the books. You see us all the time reading something when we're doing something on a plane. Bring the book with you and read for that couple hours on that plane ride. Okay? Other tools. Business building tool. You know that magazine? Oh, all right. The Prosper magazine is so important. I think that's the most underutilized tool there is. Who orders magazines? I ordered 200 magazines right out from Vancouver, and it's gone. I'm ordering more. I keep ordering more. Give that out, because that does everything for you. It has the company. It tells the story of Dave and Joyce. You have the leaders. You have a full description, a detailed description of the product. And you have all the success stories in there. Don't you see that? Give it out to somebody. Give it to your friend. Hey, Jose, I'm coming over to your house. I'm going to drop off a magazine for you. I want you to read this right now, because I will stop by in 24 hours to pick it up. Not because I'm cheap to save money, but because I make it urgent for Jose to read it right away. Because the majority of the time, if he brings it home, I give him a magazine, he'll leave it in the car somewhere, on the table somewhere in the house, end up in the garbage. You ask them a month later, Jose, did you read it? Oh, I didn't get a chance, I was so busy. That's why I use that way. I'm coming over to pick it up in 24 hours. Make it urgent. That's very important. You have your loyalty purchase. Ditto touch. Who has ditto touch here? The rest, you better have ditto touch. Because I just showed right now, Jose and Evelyn. I had met them first time today. Down in Dallas. And I just showed them the ditto touch. They were floored. How simple it is. Because ditto touch takes away your work. It does the work for you, so you don't talk too much. Ditto touch does everything, especially it's interactive. It makes the person keep doing the touches on the screen. Because scientifically, all of you, if you sit on a webinar for 30 minutes, you will not 100% focus on the webinar. You will not listen to somebody for 30 minutes. You will wander everywhere else, dreaming about your big cars, big homes, because you go, wow, this is exciting. But you don't pay attention to the speaker. But Ditto Touch does all that. It makes you answer the questions. It makes you touch the screen. It makes you do everything possible for it to happen. Again, get that. It's worth your investment. It's a lifetime investment. One time, you got it for the rest of your life. Right? I use it all the time. And then, a success guide. You got to have a success guide. If we get it in the mail, when we run the Business Builder Pack, go read through it. Understand it, teach it, duplicate that to your team. That's your building guide. That's your Valentes Bible. Use it. Reread it over and over again. Get to know those pages so well. You can flip right by when you're on the phone with somebody. I want you to flip to page 7, for example. You know it's there, right? That's very, very crucial. Because a lot of times your friends will go, can I do what he's doing? Can I do what Karen's doing? Can I do what Jose's doing? Can I do what John's doing? Can I do what Patty's doing? They have the doubts in their mind, right? Especially if they never done this before. Another thing is, they're going to ask, do I have the time to do what he is doing or she is doing? Everyone's complaining that I don't have time. I'm too busy. You put them on the phone with me, they will lose that belief because you can't put in the time that I did as being in my medical profession, 80 to 100 hours a week, and I had time to build that business while I was working full time. So there's no excuses here. Okay? There were a lot of flat tires today in Tulsa. There were a lot of people who said, I can't find a babysitter. There were a lot of people who said, I gotta go work last minute. That's all BS. Okay? It's all BS. And then your prospect will go, am I willing to do what he or she is doing? Now when you duplicate that out with the tools, they will say, I can do this. It's easy. All you do is send a Ditto Touch link or send a link of the Valentes video or the Optimum video to my friend and let them watch it for a few minutes, and that's it. That's all you gotta do. Or send them to a webinar. Here's my webinar. Can you forward that real quick? Okay. Okay, video product sample, 6-day experience, okay? Right there, the most successful you've ever seen. You got to duplicate that out. To have 81 rubies joining under them, it's just ridiculous with that system. And she only invested in 2 business builder pack in the beginning. That's a great investment to have 81 rubies, well, more than 81 rubies, under her in that short time. Because she duplicated out, okay? Brochures, product sample, most effective use whenever we are. Local, long distance, anywhere in the world, or face-to-face. Almost done. It's all about duplication. That picture right there, that's Vegas. You know how Vegas started out as? First time I was there in November, 30 people showed up. But I have never been the individual who focused on numbers. Does that make sense? I focused on quality. People ask me, how many people do I need to have you in the home? I said, don't worry about it. Just go invite people and then confirm that I'll be there, whether there's 1 or there's 5 or 20 or 30. It doesn't matter. Because we're here, we want to focus on changing one life at a time, right? Mm-hmm. All it takes is 1. Okay? You have to realize that. Webinars. I do tons of webinars. And then I record myself too as well. There's 30 minutes of it. And I can my team will just send it out to people throughout the world. They watch 30 minutes on YouTube and they can make their own decision. That's how it's been duplicated out. Does that make sense? And then you have connect call and a 3-way call. They're both the same thing. That's underutilized as well. But if you use that, use your leaders as leverage to help you build this business. Don't over-talk. And then events. These events are so crucial for your business. More than you ever believe. Because you get to see the long-term vision. They go, wow, I came in here. Oh, over 100 people are here. Because the majority of you join the business in your town, you're probably the only few there. Then you go, I don't know what I can do, I'm the only one. But when you go to these events, especially the one coming up in March in Las Vegas, you gotta be there. Because when you go there and you see 1,500 people there, 1,500 people there, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh. And then you're going to sing a bunch of songs in karaoke and make a fool of yourself like me. But all about what Dave said, it's all about having fun. Correct? But you got to be at that event. Last thing. You are the messenger, not the message. Get out of the way. Be the commercial, not the show. And my favorite thing is zip it up. Okay? So without further ado, thank you very much for your time. It's been a great, great day.